Are we past peak newsletter? Well, back in 2022, the New York Times asked that exact question. Had the newsletter boom already peaked? And you can see this here, the humble email newsletter, which became a star in its own right, appears headed back to earth. When I read this in 2022, I already had to write about this because I said in a post on Medium that your email list is the most valuable asset in your business, and it's going to become stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. Okay. So I always have been, as a marketer myself, been an advocate for email and for email list building, which I think is like the best thing you can do. And if we now look like what's going to happen in 2026, fast forward to now, you can see that the Wall Street Journal says 2025 was the year of the newsletter. The year the newsletter business reached a fever pitch. Writers, investors, and pop stars alike are building new media businesses to connect directly with readers and fans. So, which is it? Did we peak or are we just getting started? So, my take is that we are not past the boom. I have here this product adoption curve. And what you can see, everything starts when we're looking at Substack or Beehiiv or any other newsletter platform as a product, if we see it as a product, because this is what I do as a product manager, then I would see like this product adoption curve, okay? So it would start with the innovators, people who join early, who believe, who trust, like the founding members. Then we have the early adopters, the early majority joining, and the late majority and the laggards, okay? So the idea here is really that we have had, like in 2025, still like this window of early adopters. I always said we are still early, okay? We're not late. But then, you know what? In Q4 already and now in Q1, I have the feeling we are definitely now in the part of the early majority, because now we have even Gary Vaynerchuk. And if Gary V is joining, you're like, okay, this seems to be the platform. Gary was the one who said TikTok is becoming like a star, and everyone was like, you know what? Who would want to dance, dance in front of millions of people? Well, we learned it's a star now. And now Gary V, as one of like his universe ecosystem of thousands of social media platforms he seems to be on, Substack is also one of them. I was always asking myself why he wouldn't be on it. And yeah, so I think it's early majority now. So we're not past the Substack boom and the newsletter boom in general. We are right in the middle of it. You can see this here from Substack. So if we're looking at what happened just 1 year, and we're talking about Substack, then I can share with you that Substack crossed 5 million paid subscriptions in 2025. And this is about like 70% growth in just a single year. And we had also, like with another platform, Beehiiv, we had a 60% more newsletter subscribers coming in, which is incredible. Not newsletter subscribers, newsletters. So it grew its number of newsletters by more than 60% in the same time. And the revenue there with Beehiiv almost doubled. So I have the feeling this is definitely not a market slowing down. It's a market heating up, okay? It's getting warmer, and it's still hot, and it's buzzy, and you need to start building this email list, okay? This is like the feeling you have here. And both platforms, these are not just writers anymore, okay, on there. So and this is the idea of it, it's musicians. Who are launching newsletters, comedians, investors, journalists. We have like the small guys as well as the bigger brands now also joining. And the idea is that really everyone wants a direct line to their audience. In 2026, we are in a trust recession. Who should you trust? You can now within seconds create a landing page, a product in whatever, like 3 minutes or so. You have a SaaS product, whatever you want to create, you can do it with AI now. And what is this all about? So you want to have this direct line to your audience, this intimacy that is still there if you're gonna send someone an email in the inbox, because I think that really like the old system is breaking, especially when it comes to AI. And so now the question is, what if we owned our audience instead of building followers? Okay, so publishers lost traffic from Facebook, they lost traffic coming from X. For instance, also with Substack, they got lots of traffic coming from Twitter, then it changed with X and Elon Musk. And for instance, with Google now, so many people are telling me who have their own blogs, now telling me, Kristina, all the answers to the questions are now with AI instead of sending clicks to my actual blog. And the algorithms, of course, on LinkedIn especially was 60% down, and so they are changing like overnight, and then boom, your like audience is somehow gone. So this is why I think so many are now asking this simple question: what if we owned our own audience? What if I owned my audience instead of building followers and building on rented land? And this is why newsletters are exploding again, because they are offering something special. And they are offering something that social media cannot. They offer direct connection, trust, revenue. This is exactly what I offer with my online writing club. And there is no middleman deciding who sees my work. When I started on Medium, I always had the feeling there was this middleman, this algorithm there, who was the one who's saying, well, this is interesting, it is not. And it's not just a creator trend anymore, really. It's also legacy media companies are now embracing newsletters too. And they see that it's not a threat, but it can be really like a growth engine. So I think this shift is clear. And the idea is really like to go from like rented audience to owned audience, and from chasing reach to building true relationships. So when we're seeing what Tyler Dank here, chief executive and co-founder of Beehiiv, is saying, there is a stronger push on owning your audience and distribution. This is what he's saying. This is Tyler here with his surfboard, which I like. And then here you can see the three co-founders of Substack, maybe like a bit different here from when we're thinking about like how we're branding ourselves here, in the middle of the ocean with the surfboard. And here we have the three here. One example is this one here, when we're thinking about like, that Substack, for instance, wants to get more and more people writing on the platform. We have here Tina Brown with Tina Brown's Diary Fresh Hell. And Tina Brown is the former New Yorker and Vanity Fair editor. And Chris Bass, or the team around Chris Bass, they reached out to Tina Brown and they were asking her, you know what, Tina, why you don't want to start a Substack diary or some type of blog or diary on Substack. And she was first like hesitant, but then she started writing Fresh Hell, where she's sharing like her observations. And here she's saying, I've been a transatlantic media diva for close to 4 decades, la la la. And what to expect? Mostly I shall write in notebook form because big think columns require 3 linked ideas, and so on, so on. So she's here explaining with Fresh Hell what she's gonna do, and expect my diary to run every Tuesday. So there's a cadence, but who knows how prolific I might become with encouragement. I might also assign zeitgeisty pieces for a fantasy publication. I don't have to add it. Okay, so yeah, now Tina Brown is there, and this also shows big people are joining Substack more and more. We were already talking about Gary Vee. And this one here that was shared by Beehiiv, with the State of Newsletters 2026. This is very interesting because here you can see the email sent using Beehiiv. Okay, so in 2021, 5 million, then we have in 2022, 300, then in 2023, we had already 4.5 billion, 2024, 15.6 billion, and in 2025, 28 billion. Here, my prediction is definitely I could imagine this could double, because now with AI, everyone has access to like the marketing skills. It has this buddy that can help you with marketing emails and stuff. And before, you had to learn like the skills and become like a true copywriter. And now, even if you're gonna say, Kristina, I don't see myself as a writer, I just have like my corporate skills, I would like to monetize, well, this is the best time ever. So I think we have not even reached the peak yet. So in 2022, people wondered if newsletters were fading. And in 2025, the biggest business paper in the world called it the year of the newsletter. And right now, when we're seeing this, yeah, I think we're still early in the new media cycle, because the more platforms become unpredictable, the more valuable direct connection becomes. And email is not going anywhere. It's all about like this owned audience, and this owned audience is not going away. Trust is not going away. So if anything, the newsletter economy is just warming up. Okay. So this is the year to really say, okay, Kristina, I'm gonna kickstart my newsletter journey. I'm gonna build this email list, no matter who you are, okay? No matter how teeny tiny your list is, if you have already one, no matter if you have no list, or whether you belong to the social media exit club where you're gonna say, goodbye social media, I want not to build on rented land anymore, I want to create my own newsletter, okay? So again, the newsletter economy is just warming up, okay? Warming up, and more emails are gonna be sent in 2026 than ever now with AI. And so I want you to be part of the game as well. Tell me in the comments whether you have already started, whether you are stuck, what makes you stuck, how I could help you unstuck. And if you're going to say, I need someone who's holding my hand every step of the way, then join the Online Writing Club. We are more than 17,000 in the trenches. And I also have a Beyond membership where I help you with one-on-one sessions, get started on Substack. And of course, Beyond, if you need marketing tips, whatever, I'm happy to coach you. So see you in the next video. I have a Substack success playlist where you can binge watch like all the videos and all the stuff that I'm sharing about Substack, always like the latest news and tutorials. So I wish you all the best for your newsletter success in 2026. And you can also meet me. You can meet me in one of the boot camps. So we have a boot camp about Substack Notes, the social media platform that is built into Substack. We have a LinkedIn Substack boot camp, a flywheel boot camp, and of course also there is a Substack Meta boot camp. This is an on-demand course in this case. The others are all live, and lots of more stuff. And if you become a subscriber of the Online Writing Club, you also be gonna get access to the course for beginners. So you can like learn that, and then you can say, Kristina, I would so much love if you could help me and coach me. So my friend, I wish you all the best. I cheer you on every step of the way. Wish you all the best. And as you can see, this video is not edited, though there is no edit here. I'm a part-time writer on Substack, and I'm doing this while the kids are asleep in the evening. So this is how I'm doing it. If you want to support a part-time mom, this would light me up so much. And as you can hear, I'm a non-native from Germany. So if you're gonna say, Kristina, please also share some stuff in German, then let me know about this. And if you have some more suggestions, also let me know. See you in the next video. Bye bye, my friend.